So the first thing you will need is a small bowl, liquid latex, an applicator, and some cotton balls. The small bowl is just to pour the liquid latex in. So the first thing I'm doing is using the applicator to apply the liquid latex above my mouth area. After putting on that layer of liquid latex, you're going to start building the mouth, and by doing so, you're going to take pieces of the cotton and apply that on top of the liquid latex. Once you finish with your cotton, you're going to go ahead and layer liquid latex back on top of it. This is basically going to ensure that the cotton is going to stay in place, and this is going to help to build on more layers later on. Now the same technique that we use for the top of the mouth, we're going to do on the bottom of the mouth. So we're putting first the liquid latex with the applicator. Then on top of that, we're going to layer pieces of the cotton. And then on top of the cotton, we're going back in with the liquid latex to make sure that it stays in place. Now I'm using some cream paint that I got from my Halloween store. You can pretty much find anything like this anywhere, or just use any kind of cream makeup that you have at home that's red. It doesn't really matter, or even lipstick. You can try using lipstick as well. So the color that came with it, I just felt like the red was too bright, so I mixed in a little bit of black with it so it can look a little bit darker and a little bit more like dirty looking. And then I felt like my mouth shape was looking too kind of boxy. So I don't recommend doing this, but because it's my face and I trust myself, I did use scissors to kind of cut the ends of the mouth so it looks a little bit more sharper and more turned up. The next step you're going to do after filling in the mouth area with the red color, I'm taking little pieces of cotton, I roll them up between my hands so they could be like really skinny pieces, and then I dipped liquid latex on the ends of the strings so that way they can stick to the upper and bottom part of the mouth area. Then I'm going back in with the liquid latex and ensuring that the top and bottom parts of the strings are gonna stay on the mouth. So this is the most important step, so make sure that after you put the strings that you put the liquid latex on top. So after finishing up the mouth area, I went in with some tissue paper to apply it on the top and bottom part of the mouth. We're going to use the same steps. So after putting on the tissue, we're going to put the liquid latex on top to ensure that it stays in place. So the purpose of putting the tissue paper is so the mouth area can look like it has a smooth transition into your actual skin, and this helps make it look more realistic so it doesn't look like you just have like this mask or prosthetic on your mouth. Now I'm just making sure that the liquid latex is all dried up. It'll turn a slightly yellow color once it is dried properly. Now I'm just taking a foundation brush and some of my own foundation to blend in the mouth part that we just did into our actual skin. And then we're going to set that with some translucent powder to make sure that it's pretty matte and that everything's going to stay in place. So because we did all that stuff, the red inside the mouth kind of disappeared. So I'm just going back in with that cream paint and I'm just filling it in again. And this part is pretty much going to be all about detailing. By the way, I already have my base on, so if you were wondering that, I would say put the foundation and everything on first and then begin to work on the mouth. So as I was adding more details around the mouth area, I noticed that the mouth still looked a little off to me. I wanted it to look a little bit more spiky and like creepy and elongated, so I did go in with a small pair of scissors and I started cutting in between the strings so it can give it more of that creepier look to it. And I felt like it really did do the look justice, and I started to really love how it was coming together. Now I'm just adding some bloody scab. This is kind of like a thicker blood in a way. It looks more like if you had like a cut and it looks fresh. So I just added a lot of that in between the strings as well. Just keep in mind, depending on how dark or light you want the inside of the mouth to look, the bloody scab and adding something thicker like that will make it darker, but I just preferred that look because it made it look more kind of like realistic, and I don't know, I just really liked it. Now I'm just taking another type of applicator. This one came in a kit that I bought in the Halloween store, and it kind of reminds me of a Brillo pad. So I'm just taking that sponge, and what I did was I dipped it back inside like the red cream, the black cream, and I kind of mixed some of the colors up so I can start getting that more detailed and bruising look around the mouth. For the eye area, I'm just taking my Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. I think this was just a good kind of go-to palette because it had my basic colors I needed just to create a quick smoky eye. Honestly, you don't need to use this palette. You can literally use any kind of color you want on the eyes, but I just wanted to do like a dark eye look for this. Now I'm taking some of that black eyeshadow on a smudger brush, just putting that on my lash line, and I'm also taking some eyeliner and putting that inside my waterline and of course on the top as well. Now for my favorite part, we're adding some blood to the look, of course. So I'm just taking like a really cheap painting brush that came in the set that I bought with the applicators, and I'm just dripping it down in between the strings we did in the mouth, and it just gives it a really cool kind of like creepy look. Now using those same cream paints that I used throughout the tutorial, I'm taking a small detailed paintbrush. You could also use a small skinny eyeliner brush as well. Anything that pretty much looks like the brush I'm using would help create little details. And I'm just drawing on little like veins and lines under the eyes. It just really brings together that creepy look. So I still felt like the look was looking a little too neat still. I needed more to it. So I did put the blood, as you saw, under my waterline, and now I'm just taking more blood and just adding more detailing around the body. I'm taking that same kind of Brillo pad looking sponge, and I'm mixing the cream colors together to get that bruising kind of dirty look around my body. Of course, all of this is optional. You can definitely change this look and detail it however you like and whatever your preference is. Now I'm taking a eyebrow brush and I'm using the brush end of it, and I'm dipping that in some of the blood and kind of sprinkling it all over my face and body. This is a good effect to use if you want that blood splatter look. You can also use like an old toothbrush or anything like that. Now I'm just adding more details. To make this look scarier, you can put on contacts on, but I didn't because I'm scared of them. So this is the final look. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.